welcome back to my channel. I hope you've all been enjoying my Japan series. I've only done 2 videos and I'm only up to day 3, which is crazy. So there's a video that I've been really wanting to film as it's very close to my heart. So what would it be that would be so close to my heart about traveling in Japan? That would be food, of course. So I have been to Japan before, but it was about 20 years ago. And that was before I stopped eating animal products. So I had been curious as to how I would cope traveling in Japan as a vegan. So I stopped consuming all animal products. I think it was about 7 or 8 years ago. Best decision I ever made. No regrets. Many reasons. So I was apprehensive, and I did a lot of research leading up to it. As much research as I thought I possibly could online, following other vegan YouTubers who had traveled to Japan or who were living in Japan. And I did get a lot of really useful advice and tips. So some of my preconceptions, I guess, about how I would cope were 100% correct. And then other things that I thought would be the case weren't. But I wasn't worried. I mean, obviously I wasn't gonna starve. I'm not malnourished. So I lived on rice. I ate a lot of mochi. Okay, what we have here is mochi, and it's vegan, and I know that because I watched lots of vegans eat this on their YouTube channels. Bought from the Lawson Combini, which is over the street somewhere.
What's flavors are there?
I don't know. All I know is that they're definitely vegan because I've seen lots of people eating them.
I predict mint or watermelon, vanilla or lychee, and strawberry or raspberry.
Okay, let's see if your prediction is correct. Cheers. Kanpai. Itadakimasu.
No. Can't smell anything. They're just like... I can't tell at all.
It doesn't have much flavour.
But it's not bad.
I like it.
Strawberry. Strawberry.
And a lot of onigiri, which is like a rice ball wrapped in seaweed. And both of those things are easy to get at most convenience stores or konbini. But when it came to eating out with my family, it got pretty stressful, and a lot of the time I just didn't actually eat anything, or I'd eat some rice or some edamame. Which is fine, I love that stuff, but being there for 2 weeks, it did actually get to me at one point. We were in Universal City, which is where Universal Studios is. Future vlog. And my family were choosing what they were going to have for dinner and going through all the different restaurants, and there were heaps of really amazing restaurants there. And there was just nothing that didn't have animal products in it. I started crying. I'm such a sook, but it just after over a week of trying to scramble to find anything interesting to eat, it just did get to me. But then I slapped myself around, told myself to get over it and pull my socks up, and stop being so silly. And I was fine, but it did get a bit frustrating. So, but here's the thing, it's easy and fun to be vegan in Japan, but no one else in my family is vegan, and I didn't want to stop them from having the food experience that they wanted, even though it kills me to think of the cruelty involved in their diet, lifestyle. Absolutely devastating to me, but that's a whole nother story. I didn't want them to be worried about me. So if you are traveling either on your own or with a group or another person that doesn't eat animal products, then you can go together to restaurants and enjoy vegan food together. But there's 4 of us in my family. I'm vegan, my daughter Lulabelle's vegetarian, Pony and Bisbee eat a lot of meat, like they have a very Australian diet. And I didn't want to, affect their experience in Japan either. So I did just sort of go along with what they wanted to do. So it was really just my family dynamic that made it tricky, I suppose, for me in Japan. Things that really did help was the Happy Cow app. And I did use that a fair bit. And to be honest, I didn't go to any vegan restaurants, which is such a shame, but oh well, I'll just have to go back again. At one point, Pony did insist on taking me to a place that sold vegan ramen. Even though he'd already had dinner, he insisted that we jump on a train and hunt down some vegan ramen. We found the vegan ramen place.
Have you got those notes there?
And he's really excited. He is actually. I didn't really have the energy for that, but he did. Another delicious thing I found that was really fun was vegan bento. So it's a really beautifully packaged mixture of different little appetizers, I guess, and rice, all in a cute little package that you can buy at specific train stations. And I'll insert that here. So we finally made it back to our room, and so excited because I found vegan bento. It's just bento. Itadakimasu.
Are you filming?
Look what I found. I found vegan bento at the Shinkansen station.
And I found good bento.
Oh, I found
They're completely different.
Veggie bento, and she's into this broccoli salad. And I've got another salad.
Stuffed up my chopsticks.
And I've got a pickled plum onigiri and a green tea.
Do you swear on this channel?
Yes,
Okay, so I can say like shit and stuff.
go for it.
Nice.
I don't make any money.
Demonetized.
There's no money in my YouTube world. There's hardly any followers.
8.
So here we go. I'm gonna give this
I follow you, but I
vegan
don't watch.
bento.
I think mine's a bit more vegetable-y than yours.
Ooh,
I specifically didn't get
interesting.
that, but there's heaps of it.
oh, it's more sticky dip. Okay.
The unboxing of Lula's Bento.
Sticky dip on the side.
Maybe from the side.
So is this side.
Oh, on the sides.
So is it?
Yeah, there you go.
I need a direct.
Can't wait for this. Is that it? There we go. Okay. Oh,
Oishi.
Yours tastes like
smells
sausage.
amazing. Mm.
Look at all the yummy different vegetables.
I didn't know what that was.
Actually, could I have my sauce?
I can hear my stomach grumble for a second.
What are you gonna try first?
Obviously the mushrooms.
Fine.
She's really into mushrooms
Oh, that's
now.
spicy.
Only
that
these
little one.
ones. Only, yeah.
Doesn't seem spicy.
It's so creamy, honestly.
Beans and
Tomago with some like carrot and stuff.
Highball.
Zucchini, cabbage, rice, mushroom.
Don't forget the Japanese delicacy, the Suntory highball.
Really?
Hey.
hey. Cool. Alright, we'll get back to you with a review later.
No allergies, go away.
Here we go. The vegetable bento, which is actually vegan. Searched high and low for this. Saw it on someone else's YouTube and I found the exact thing. So here we have tofu. Oh, we've got an edamame, pumpkin, lotus root, vegetables, pickle, baby corn,
Hair.
2 types of rice. Pony's trying really hard to be quiet. Getting
doing
into
a
use
good job.
beer and gyoza. Very Japanese meal.
And I'm
Yeah,
in
so
heaven.
I've got a salad as well. Lula's in heaven because she got a vegetarian bento
Broccoli.
and broccoli. And I've also got another onigiri in case I am hungry. That's a lot of food now.
Ooh.
So yeah, itadakimasu. Just wanted to show you guys the vegan bento. So it wasn't as easy and straightforward as I thought it was going to be honest with you. But that I think is because of my family dynamic. If you are traveling to Japan with another vegan or even on your own, you can take more time to seek out vegan food. Or if you're staying in an apartment where you can cook, which we weren't, that would be fine too, because then you can just go to the supermarket and buy fruit and vegetables, rice, that kind of thing. But yeah, to me, part of the traveling experience is indulging in the local cuisine. So I did get to do that a little bit, and my favorite meals that I had there were surprising actually. Probably my favorite meal was on our second day, which you might have seen. We went to Mount Fuji, and at the base of Mount Fuji, actually we were on a tour, a bus tour. So part of the tour was that they supplied a traditional Japanese lunch, and I felt, actually it was a bit of a role reversal because Lula and I felt very spoiled, because when we arrived they had vegan tempura vegetable, miso soup, vegan miso soup, and a hot pot, all laid out for us, and no one else got that because they all had a buffet. So we were really spoiled that day, and the food was oishi, which is delicious in Japanese. Vegetarian. So that was actually my favorite meal. But yeah, other than that, like I said, I definitely lived on mochi and onigiri, which is, they're both rice. So I ate a lot of rice, and I thought I was gonna stack on the weight, but we walked so much, as you'll see. We just walked constantly everywhere. I didn't really, but honestly, now that I'm back home in Brisbane, I'm definitely starting to stack it on again because I'm just eating a lot of junk food at the moment. But we won't go there. Anyway, so that's sort of basically my impressions on being vegan or traveling through Japan as a vegan with a non-vegan family. I'm sure that your experience might be a little bit different, and don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's incredibly delicious vegan food available everywhere. Some different things, some salads. Okay, 5 egg. What I'm looking at is some onigiri. Seaweed.
It'd be like someone coming to one of our shopping centres and being like, oh my god, look!
Where's your hamburger bite?
Ooh, and let's not forget about inari sushi. Delicious. It's rice wrapped in tofu. Ooh, and vegan gyoza. And I wanted to show you these grapes. They looked amazing, but they were very expensive. Like 4,000 yen, which I think is about $40 Australian. And also udon. You must eat udon often. And we did. And Subway. Look how cute the packaging is. Kawaii. It's also very important to talk about potato. And I don't mean Pony's face here. I mean fried potato. It's a really important staple, and you can get it anywhere. My favourite street snack was actually the baked sweet potato with maple syrup coating. It was so good. It was my favourite.
My side's better.
I'm in my workstation, but I just thought I would film a little vegan in Japan update.